Nicole, you're up.
Okay.
Okay. Nicole, great real estate markets like the one we're in, they come and they go like seasons. The trick is to store away enough provisions in preparation for winter, while still planting enough seeds in the spring so you can enjoy a full harvest, like in the summer. What are some of the changes you and your team had to make in order to move with the changing times and thus reap a full harvest during this plentiful real estate market that we're in right now?
It's plentiful, but it's insane. Yeah. And so for us, adaptability has been key, and really listening to our clients and honing in. Everyone says they give white glove service and they're the Nordstrom experience, but I would say we hunt down the business. If we're not finding the home on the market or they keep getting beat out, I will dial every house in that neighborhood that they want until I can find them what they want.
Wow.
And that feeds such a machine. They're our friends by the end of the transaction. We have these close relationships. Then come referrals. Like, I would just say going way above and beyond and being willing to adapt has been crucial for this market right now, especially working with buyers.
Well, that's tremendous, and you're saying some great things, but you actually mean it in the sense that you actually will figure out which neighborhood they want to buy in, and you actually will hit those phones and make that happen. So sort of walk us through what that looks like. Like, what's your process of identifying a buyer, you're really actually interested in doing this, and what's your process of going from, okay, I will do these things for you, and then actually having a plan and doing it?
I'll use my most recent example. He's a luxury buyer. He wants on Maidenbower Bay. Okay. There's nothing for sale there. No. And so we pulled a title list. We've called everyone on this street that he wants, and I have 2 appointments this week. He wants either of them. He's down for both. One's $6 million, one's $8 million. Wow. And then you're talking about, like, I'll bring one of these people a buyer and it'll be the easiest sell of their life. But then they're going to want to purchase another home from me, right? And then the other guy, whatever home we don't choose, like, I'm sure if I'm calling him with this information, he's going to list with me.
Jeez.
So yeah, we really do go way above and beyond.
Just making it happen.
Yeah.
And so was this something that maybe your coach told you to do? Like, how did you get the kahunas to say, you know what, if there's not enough homes on the market, I'm going to go put homes on the market?
I think it's my personality, and I have a huge why, just like Casey, and I hustle. Like, I've seen so many realtors, there's a lot of us, sit and wait for business. Just wait. Maybe they might sell 10 million. I don't want to sell 10 million. I want to sell 100 million or more. And so it comes down to who's going to actually make the business happen and connect people. That's huge too, just connecting people. If I know you want this and I'm talking to him and he may want to sell, do I make the introduction and try and just build on that? And I think it's just seeing that it works and knowing that it might be 20 hours of work, but a $6 million deal. Like, I'm going to get on the phone and just do it.
Just hustling. I love it.
I love that. I love that.
So is this something that you started doing just recently because of just the market is just incredible right now, or has this kind of been a part of what you do?
It's been what I do from the start. Yeah, I've built my business, so I come from a wholesale background. Okay. I did some off-market deals, so it was already the networking. Like, I would know that these builders or this person wants this to buy in this neighborhood. So then when I got licensed, I just did that for all my retail clients too, and they were so amazed. And I'm like, don't all realtors do this? And no. The pressure's been on, though, with this market. When you literally have 18 buyers for one property, we've had to really, we're probably working 3-4 times as hard to do the same volume. So we've really turned it up and come up with some good, I like to call it like the network. I have a lot of agents I collaborate with and a lot of people that we all know, and we get exclusive kind of off-market properties that we just match people up with so they're avoiding the bidding war. And
Interesting. That's great. That's awesome. Right on. Well, any questions?
Well, I just love what she's doing. Right? I love that. I mean, I heard that there are 3 types of people in the world. People who makes things happen, like her. Mm-hmm. People watch things happen. And people ask, what happened, right? But I love that she's that type of person that, I'm going to go make it happen. And how fun to see that, right?
It is fun. You can make your own reality.
That's right.
Like, make your dreams come
true.
true.
You can make your own reality.
Yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely. So I wonder, like, how do some of these conversations go. So you call someone on Clyde Hill, for instance,
Yeah.
and you're asking them to sell their $10 million home. Like, are they open to the idea?
Oh, yeah.
They are. Okay.
Well, because I'm not. We all get the calls, the cheesy, like scripted.
Hey, how's it
Yeah, it's
going?
horrible. So I'll call, and they're grumpy at first.
Yeah.
Fine, say I call, and you're like, you're bothering my day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have a buyer. If you've thought about selling at all, like, this is no sales pitch. Like, could I tour the home with my client? And I'll send
Everything's
you
for
over
sale.
proof of funds. I mean, yeah, everything's for sale, especially these wealthier people. They want
Yeah,
it.
everything's
They
for sale
make
except your
moves.
kids and your
Yeah.
wife. But yeah, everything's for
So,
sale.
and it turns usually into like an hour-long conversation.
Yeah.
When you start hearing them, listening to them,
Yeah.
what might motivate them.
Yeah.
You know, one guy we're looking at tomorrow, his main Bower Bay, he's recently divorced. He's a retired doctor. He doesn't want a $6 million waterfront house anymore.
Yeah.
So like just hearing his story, I know his dog's name. You know, it's like a friend already. So how
Yeah.
could you not win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, that's a lot of value. I'm sure people who are watching this, and again, a lot of real estate agents watch this. I know that probably crosses a lot of people's minds, but I would imagine a lot of people are really intimidated to do that. Like, I'm just going to find out what this person's phone number is and call them. And like you said, everyone right now is thinking about buying or selling real estate. And so if you call them and you do have a buyer or possibly have a buyer, I can see how that conversation would go really well.
Yeah.
So are you like, you know, it just seems to me like you're just ultra competitive and like it's almost, do you kind of like have like a game out of it? Is like, okay, hey, I'm gonna get this person, and do you have any kind of game on your team of like you get under so many calls, or do you guys play like little kind of things like that at all?
Yeah. There is definitely, the other two girls are like this as well. And I'll be like, okay, we're going to get this many pending or get this many list appointments. And not like pressure, but like for fun.
Yeah.
But for me, and there is no goal per se, I think it's wanting to see my full potential. If someone would have told me I'd close what I closed last year, I wouldn't have believed them. So now I want to know how much higher can I go? What's the most expensive property I can list? How can I sold Ryan Lewis's house last year. That was pretty cool. So breaking into the local celebrities, the big stuff. Like, so there's always this little voice in my head that's like, you can do that. And
Well, when you were telling me what you closed, and then I was like, oh, you must be a seasoned and you're 3 years into this. I was like, wow, okay, I'm interested to hear your story about like, you're a hustler, and like you're a work hard. And I think like when you know you start taking these leaps and going up, you have to kind of have it a little bit of a game or like a little bit of a competition in your own team to kind of, you know, play off of each other, which is cool.
I will say our office posts like top producer every month, and I like to be I'm usually the one every month.
Me again.
Yeah.
So now it's a game for the other agents at the office. They're like, I want to beat your numbers, you know, and so that strives me to be like, you're not going to ever beat them. But
Yeah. But that's cool when people they start leveling
Yeah.
up because of you. That's
like
awesome.
that.
Iron
Yes.
sharpens iron, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of fun to see her coming from a different industry too, with
Yeah.
a different mindset versus traditional mindset. You can get lost in the cog. So here's somebody fresh coming from different mindset in different industries, kind of sees it differently and blows up the phone, and she gets the business, right? That's kind of fun to hear that.
Yeah. I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years before that. Yeah. So it is kind of, sometimes I'm like, how am I pulling this off? But I just watch what other people have success with and make it my own.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. Well, good stuff.
Yeah.